Thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz, joined by meteorologist Simone Thomas. Now, Simone, it was a busy week for you last week. We saw rain, we saw crazy weather. Are we getting a break?
You know, this month of January has just really proven to us winter can change.
And it's sticking around.
Well, we got some better conditions coming in the forecast now. Before we get too excited, we still want to let everybody know we've still got plenty of more time for winter to give us some more eventful weather, I'll say. Now, here's our storm system that's been providing us the rain throughout the day today. That's now moving off to our east. As it moves east, you can see the last bit of rain moving out of the state now to more of Missouri and Tennessee. Left behind, we're seeing some pretty cloudy skies across the natural state this evening. But as we look towards the next several days, little to no rain expected until we get into next weekend. And as I just mentioned, we've got better conditions on the way, but we don't want you to get too excited because this is what we like to call fake spring. Winter's revenge likely right around the corner as we get into February. So we'll talk more about what this fake spring is going to look like and how you should take advantage of it later on in the show. So make sure you stick around.
New tonight at 10, the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office investigating a shooting at the 10,000 block of Hilaro Springs Road in Little Rock. Officials say they found a minor who had been shot outside his house. They were taken to the hospital, and we are still waiting for more details. Today, lots of Arkansans were stuck in traffic and some pulled over with flat tires. It's all around potholes on roads across the state. Here's a look at scenes earlier today on I-30 north of Haskell, where potholes caused slowdowns. You can see the emergency vehicle behind the traffic in the middle of your screen. Now, the potholes can be hard to dodge, but THV11's Brooke Buckner shows us tonight how Little Rock street crews are working to get roads in better shape.
If you've driven down Chenal Parkway recently, you've probably hit a pothole or two because there are a lot of them out there. Take a look at the road heading toward Interstate 630. As you can see, there are quite a few potholes out here, and city crews are spending the next few days fixing them not just here, but all over the city. It's a sound you probably know well by now because dodging potholes isn't always easy or safe.
These potholes can cause a lot of damage, so it's really important we get them filled as soon as possible.
Eric Petty with Little Rock Public Works says his crews are working as quickly as they can to patch them, even on a rainy day.
This is called Easy Street material that we use, and it is a material that sets by compression, so it's something that can be used in the rain or cold conditions.
On a dry day, though, Petty prefers to use a hot mix asphalt made at plants.
Hopefully we'll be able to get back to hot mix tomorrow, but we can continue using this material as needed to fill the potholes.
Since Monday, the city has received more than 80 requests to fill potholes.
We really appreciate when our residents call 311, let us know where they're seeing potholes, and that helps us where we need to route our crews to.
And he says patching them up only takes a few minutes, depending on the size.
It can be a little longer on a larger area where we need to get our equipment out to help do the compaction, but about 5 minutes on a pothole, and then they just move direct to the next one.
If you do see them working on the streets, he encourages you to give them some room so they can get the job done safely.
A lot of times they have to have flaggers to flag traffic around them or literally close the lane. So that's important to set up the traffic just for the safety of our people, plus the driving public.
In Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
And North Little Rock is asking people to report potholes to the city. If you see one on the interstate, you can also let RDOT know on idrivearkansas.com. And those potholes can mean busy repair shops. Snowstorms this month combined with this week's rain has led to some major issues on the roads. Several Arkansans vehicles have suffered tire damage, rim damage, and more. So Dee Coleman at Coleman & Son Automotive is warning the public about the damage potholes can cause.
If you hit that pothole, be sure to schedule that appointment with your local shop to get that front end checked out because you don't want to be driving with problems that you're not aware of.
The City of Little Rock Public Works Department says they're continuing to work around the clock to close potholes. And if you discover more, you can call 311 or use the mobile app. Your Summit gas bill may have come with a note about a possible rate increase later this year. The Arkansas Public Service Commission required Summit to file what is known as a rate case. This is when current rates are no longer enough to cover the actual costs, so an adjustment to company rates must be requested from the Arkansas Public Service Commission.
Last year alone, Summit invested $155 million in Arkansas in our infrastructure so we can provide safe and reliable natural gas. So along with the investments that we've made, the capital investments that we've made in the state, along with inflation and other economic factors, that's why we have to ask for this.
According to Summit, the average monthly bill for a typical household would go up by about $18, and small commercial spaces would increase by about $28. Tonight, one of the escapees from Jefferson County remains on the loose. There's a $2,500 reward being offered for information leading to the arrest of Jatonia Bryant. Bryant was jailed on capital murder charges and should be considered armed and dangerous. The sheriff's office says that Noah Roche was captured earlier this week. If you know where Bryant is, you're asked to contact the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department. Former President Trump is vowing to appeal a verdict ordering him to pay more than $80 million in damages to writer E. Jean Carroll for defamation. The decision was handed down by a jury in New York on Friday. The $83.3 million in damages include $7.3 million for emotional harm, $11 million to help repair her reputation, and $65 million in punitive damages.
I think it will be difficult to obtain this money, but I think obviously with a verdict this big and with a former president who brags about his wealth, then it is possible.
After the verdict, former President Trump posted on social media calling it, quote, absolutely ridiculous and vowing to appeal. The award is on top of a $5 million verdict handed down last year in a separate case brought by Carroll, accusing Trump of sexually assaulting her in the 90s. The two remaining GOP primary candidates are out on the trail this weekend, as is President Biden, who is already looking ahead to the general election. Nikki Haley is in South Carolina looking to salvage her long shot bid to the presidency. Christian Benavides has the report.
From the courtroom to back on the trail, former President Donald Trump hosting a rally in Nevada Saturday after he was in a Manhattan courtroom Friday, ordered by a jury to pay writer E. Jean Carroll more than $80 million over making defamatory statements.
We will immediately appeal. We will set aside that ridiculous jury.
It's a preview of Trump juggling his legal challenges and political ones.
This November, we're going to win the swing state of Nevada. You ever think of it as a swing state?
All this as the debate over the border heats up. President Biden is looking to salvage an immigration deal in Congress, speaking in South Carolina. This banner flying in Vegas today, where Democrats are looking ahead to 2024. Vice President Kamala Harris is there. Nikki Haley, meantime, is in her home state of South Carolina. The GOP primary there is still about a month away. It's a long shot bid for Haley, who is trailing in the polls. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
In Nevada, the state is set to hold both a primary and caucuses. Haley is on the primary ballot, while the former president is on the one for the caucuses. The GOP has said only the caucuses count for awarding delegates, so former President Trump is set to win all 26 of the state's delegates. The situation on the southern border continues to heat up as well, with many Republicans accusing the Biden administration of allowing illegal border crossings. But now many Democrats say it's Republicans who are breaking the law by laying razor wire on the border in open defiance of a Supreme Court ruling. Casey Decker with our Verify team explains whether that's really the case.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott recently posted these images showing Texas National Guard troops laying razor wire along the banks of the Rio Grande. He claims the wire is a necessary and effective deterrent against illegal border crossings. Critics have called it cruel, arguing it's directly led to the deaths of migrants. And now they're also calling it illegal. Numerous posts online claim that by continuing to lay this razor wire, Greg Abbott and the Texas National Guard under his command are openly defying a recent Supreme Court order. So is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Supreme Court and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. The case began last year when the U.S. Border Patrol began to cut or smash sections of the wire, saying they had to in order to apprehend people crossing illegally and to prevent medical emergencies like drowning. Texas claimed Border Patrol was actually destroying the wire simply to make it easier to cross and asked a court to order them to stop. A lower court issued an order temporarily banning Border Patrol agents from cutting the razor wire, except in cases of medical emergencies. The Biden administration then asked the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene. They argued federal law gives Border Patrol agents authority over the border and cannot be overruled by state law under the Constitution. 5 justices agreed, and they issued a 1-page ruling lifting the ban and allowing Border Patrol to resume cutting wire. The Supreme Court did not say anything about whether Texas can continue laying razor wire. They only ruled that Border Patrol can continue cutting it. That means we can verify no, Texas is not defying a Supreme Court order by continuing to place razor wire at the border. But if the Texas National Guard tries to stop Border Patrol from cutting it again, that could potentially be in violation. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.